Yo, did you see where Donald Trump said he wanted to give $2,000 to everybody?
Man, I saw that. I was like, yeah, but I said I don't think it passed.
But listen, it's not. I was telling people this, up until this election day. Like, Donald Trump is a distraction. Our oppressor is Mitch McConnell. He's always been our oppressor. He's never been Trump. Because where was Trump during the Obama years? You know what I'm saying? Obama couldn't get shit done. Couldn't get shit passed. And I don't think Biden will get shit passed if they don't win that Georgia runoff. So my thing is, I've been Andrew Yang gang since Andrew Yang jumped in the race with the universal basic income shit. Me, personally, I've been a Yang gang person. And the universal basic income and all that shit, what's happening is this pandemic has thrown us into a situation where we need a universal basic income. And everybody's regretting not voting for Andrew Yang instead of Biden. You know what I'm saying? So Trump tried to come and try to take credit like, yeah, $600 ain't enough. We need $2,000 a month. Motherfucker, we've been hollering and screaming about that shit all week, all year. What are you talking about?
I completely understand that.
Like, his idea.
No, it wasn't.
And then Twitter, the Trumper, not even the MAGA, not even the Twitter MAGAs. I'm talking about the people who don't fuck with Trump, trying to say shit like, well, at least Trump was going to give us 2,000. Biden ain't trying to give us nothing. Wait a minute. Hold up. Motherfucker, Trump. Get these votes overturned so he can get a second term. And he's trying to do every motherfucker say he can to stay the president. If it means giving us $2,000, then he'll do that to stay the president. He's not doing it because he cares about us. He's doing it because he wants to stay in office.
That I can agree with too.
I'll take it. I will take all $2,000. But let's be clear as to the intention behind Trump. Trump was just trying to piss Mitch McConnell off because Mitch McConnell won't do what Trump wanted him to do, which was overturn the vote. So anyway, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the recap. I am your host, Open Mind, your other host, Panic.
What's going on, everybody?
And we are back with episode 21 of the recap. Merry Christmas. This is a special Christmas episode for y'all for the NBA, the start of the NBA season, which started on Tuesday, by the way. But we decided to do a show after Game 2, Game 3 started, so that we can kind of give some stats or some type of insight as to why we gonna pick the guys we finna pick on this particular episode. Ending the year on a bang. Tanik probably not gonna be with us next week. We got some family shit, so I'll probably do a solo episode for y'all next week, Sunday, for basketball and football and stuff like that. And we'll have Tanik back the following week, back on track. Just giving y'all a heads up. Next week will feature just me. And the week after, be Tanik. And we are about to get into the turbo game, the early slate of NBA. As y'all can see, these down arrows on the right corner of my screen that indicates that I've already put lineups in. That's what that means every time you see a down arrow. So I had already put my lineups in, y'all. I didn't do no show lineup with Tanik, so we don't know what these lineups are going to look like. I'm going to jump down to the quarter game or the championship game? Yeah, quarter game.
Quarter game.
Yeah, quarter game. And I don't necessarily have to pick a point guard first, but it's up to you. You go first, bro. You pick the first position.
Well, I don't know about everybody else, but I think it's a good idea to, especially in this, is probably to fade all the high price guys in that Golden State Milwaukee game.
All the high price guys? Yeah. Because we don't know what these guys finna do, man. We just don't know. So, we gotta start talking.
I mean, let me see here. I'm looking. Curry is 10-2. And he going up against Milwaukee, and he is probably one of the few weapons on Golden State. Because it seems like I'm not sure what Oubre and Andrew Wiggins are going to do. I saw him yesterday. Yeah, and I couldn't believe they look disarrayed. So no, I don't trust the game. I don't trust the price. The one player I do trust is center, Marquise Chris.
Golden State. Chris. He is starting. Oh, you know what? James Wiseman is also the starter too, but he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's 6,200 though.
I got you. Did say fade the high price guys. You did say that. So Marquise Chris, we're gonna start it off with that. But look, he in the preseason game. No, this is a real season game. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal across 20 minutes of play.
And
he came off the bench and was acting a fool.
And a predicted blowout, he might get more minutes. So why not?
Well, I wouldn't call this Bucks game a blowout. I think it's going to be an even match because they both trashed. Let's just see how the Bucks suck and the Golden State Warriors suck. So it's not going to be a blowout, but I'll give Golden State the edge on this one because they have more vets on the team. But Milwaukee can still win this. Just to put that out there, we're not calling winners, picking players.
But in a 2-game slate, who can you trust?
Yeah, in a 2-game slate, right. I still. Now, here's the thing. I'm not gonna pick that spot. I'm gonna pick a small forward. I personally want to spend some money though, and I want Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant because I haven't picked Kevin. Huh?
I know Kevin Durant's a lock in my but
Kevin Durant has not played ball in 2 years, and the last game he played, he scored 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. That we can't see numbers right now because they just haven't updated them yet in the game log. We got in analysis and news articles right here, but this is empty because it's just taking DK a while to update everybody's stats for the start of the season. So we don't have any of these DFS points to go by, but we can still look at these stats. 22 points, right? That's 22 points DFS. Rebounds is 1.2. Assists is 1.5, and steals is 2 points. A block is 2 points. So and then I had Kevin Durant on the squad a couple of days ago, like the first start of the season, and I remember him scoring 41 DFS points. So when I picked Kevin Durant, he had 41 DFS, even though it's not showing right here. He had 41. That's good for his first day back from playing basketball. Ain't played basketball in 2 years. That is great numbers for Kevin Durant. Plus, they have a great matchup in Boston, and I think KD gonna eat. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and spend that money.
I can agree with that one. Oh man, let's see. I think. What do you think on Marcus Smart?
Let's see. 7.3. I don't know. For his price, I don't like his production right there. I mean, but this is game 1 for him. He posted 7.3 rebounds, 3 assists in Friday's defeat against the Nets. He also had 2 steals, a block, and 3 turnovers. To me, that's mediocre for that price. And he about to play against the Nets. And I don't think he's going to do too much of nothing.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more... Personally, I think I'm a little bit more interested in Jeff Teague off the bench.
Jeff Teague still playing basketball? I thought he left.
No, he backing up Boston right now. Since Kemba Walker is out for, I think, a month. Marcus Smart is starting, and Jeff Teague is mainly taking over that second unit.
Let's roll with Jeff Teague since we not spending money.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his price. He's cheap, and he's going to give you something. That gives us some room probably to get somebody like Giannis. I think Giannis is probably the safe one. He'll get you 41 points as his floor.
Another value play that I picked first game of the season, which is Damian Lee, because what's his name? Klay Thompson, because Klay Thompson is out for the season, or we don't know when he's coming back, if he's coming back. Damian Lee is taking his place at the starting spot, the shooting guard. And when I picked him, he put 28 or 30-something. His final DFS numbers was 30-something. I just can't remember the exact number. So for $3,700, a starter with high minutes. Like I said, we can't see his game log right now. This is last year's stuff. None of this stuff is current. But if we look at last year, he was pretty consistent. These are his minutes. He's 31 minutes, where he's averaging 30 minutes last year, and that's with Klay Thompson there. Now that Klay Thompson's not in the game, Damian Lee is Klay Thompson for the time being. And at $3,700, you cannot beat that price. That is a great price for the production he's about to give you.
I think that's true, because I think the bench players in that Golden State Milwaukee game are going to play a lot. So yeah. I think Lee is probably the better price player.
$28,000 though to play with. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots to fill with $28,000. I think we can spend some money now.
Yeah, we can now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean,
I don't want Giannis, but if we got the money and it's a two game slate, I don't see the problem. I don't see the big deal in picking them.
I think the biggest issue we're going to have is Tatum and Kyrie Irving and Middleton.
Or, right, we can, instead of spending $10,000 on Giannis, which he's always been a roller coaster, we can spend $8,000 or $9,000 on Kyrie. No, not Kyrie. LeVert. LeVert did better than Kyrie the last time they played.
Let's think here. Who's coming off Boston's bench? Let me see. I know who checked Careless LeVert on that second unit. That is my question.
Probably, I ain't no telling. It doesn't matter really, to be honest, because whoever checking LeVert ain't gonna stop him. This is what LeVert did. He played 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. I mean, and he came. Did he start? How many minutes did he play?
He played off the bench and crushed it.
He came off the bench and scored 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Yeah. Guys, LeVert.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And we still have money.
Money on Giannis,
Yeah.
A lot cheaper than Giannis.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Before they even came back, though, LeVert was running the team before Kyrie and KD came back.
I agree with you there. Here's the thing. I mean, even though we talking about Giannis, do you think Tatum is worth getting?
Let's look at his price. Honestly, I think Tatum is going to give us better numbers than Giannis against Brooklyn. Now, consistently, probably not. But I think Tatum has a better edge in this particular matchup than Giannis. But normally, I'd probably say Giannis is better, just because of the circumstances and the price. If I had to narrow it down, I'd say Tatum.
Yeah, I think Tatum, just to save some money. I mean, I like Giannis, but Tatum, I mean, if it's been hard to fade him for almost a year now. I think last year it was hard to fade Tatum. And this game right here looks like it might be close. It's going up against Kevin Durant. In that Milwaukee Golden State game, I just don't trust, because the potential of a blowout in that game and all the starters gone and the bench players getting more is so high. So yeah, I'm thinking Tatum.
All right, Tatum right there. I'm gonna put him in the small forward spot instead of right there. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and get LeVert. Get out the way. I need more than one Brooklyn player. And if I can't get Kyrie, give me LeVert off the bench.
He's going to get his minutes.
Yeah, and he going to get his production, too. LeVert is a beast, man. It's like the NBA don't have an answer for this dude. Like last year, he was a permanent fixture on our squad. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like this shit going to continue. Like, if I had to pick between LeVert and Kyrie Irving, I'll pick LeVert. Because LeVert, he is a better basketball player than Kyrie Irving. He's hungrier. He's just more consistent. He takes the shot and he makes the shot. Whereas Kyrie kind of second guesses himself, or he'll pass the ball. Yes, Kyrie can shoot the three. Yes, Kyrie can score. But let's look at Kyrie. Let's look at what he did.
It's not just that. LeVert is the better stat sheet filler.
Yeah, he gonna fill that stat sheet.
And Kyrie is more scoring dependent. And that's why it's hard to pick Kyrie, especially at his price right now, $8,900.
Yeah, LeVert gonna do whatever Kyrie do. LeVert's gonna do equal.
Yep, that's
so
true.
You ain't missing nothing. But you gotta have one or the other. If you don't want LeVert, that's fine. You don't have to pick him. But just from my analysis and my suggestion, I just personally think LeVert is a better basketball player than Kyrie Irving. But contracts and stardom and all that stuff comes into play when it comes to minutes. But LeVert, to me, I'm comfortable with him than I am with Kyrie. But like I said, I have Kyrie on one of my lineups. I just, I picked him because I felt like I had to, but not necessarily because I want to. But I do have LeVert, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant on one squad on one of my lineups for me. Oh yeah, I did it. I had to, bro, because I picked Kyrie out of necessity, not out of fanboy shit. So I'm not a fan of Kyrie Irving.
I mean, I was when he was younger, but since he left Cleveland, since he got with LeBron and he left Cleveland, it was just, he tends to just run his mouth off too much, but it's also, I've seen flaws in his game now. Because he don't got LeBron. It's his game.
For me, it's his game. He's a flat earther, and he's saying a lot of dumb conspiracy shit, which I don't take seriously anyway. Like, he doesn't bother me with his beliefs. But his on court play, before he got injured last year, when we was picking him, he was inconsistent.
That was true.
At full health. So I'm going off of that, not his shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I think I'm gonna save some more. I'm gonna save some more money. We're gonna go with Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole.
I think he's only guard eligible.
Oh, I'm in forward spot. Jordan Poole. Where is? Okay, there he is. So he coming off the bench then.
Yep.
All right, we got 8,000. I'm gonna go ahead and get Chris Middleton because I've been eyeballing him. I wasn't sure, but anybody from Milwaukee.
I think it's a toss-up between him and Brown. Since Kemba's gone, Brown's been shooting more.
Let's see. Let's look at Brown. Brown scored 33 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block across 38 minutes against the Bucks win. What did Chris Middleton do? 27 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. So you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They gave you the same number, same minute.
I'll put it this way, and I'm gonna just be honest. I think I'm just going off. I think the winning lineup, if it actually is made, is going to feature Middleton, Brown, and LeVert.
Think so?
I think so. I mean, because those are the middle tier guys because a lot of people are going to gravitate to Durant. A lot of people are going to gravitate to Tatum. But
yeah, I think Durant's going to be high owned. Yeah. He's going to be high owned because of 2 reasons. The matchup with Boston and the fact that it's just Kevin Durant and everybody wants to pick him because we see his name crossed out on the list at $3,000 and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because he out, and we just want to play with him because he's just so consistent. Like Kevin Durant is now best back in the day. Kevin Durant, he coming off an Achilles. Don't really know what his season's gonna look like, but he had a great fucking first game. You know what I'm saying? And the Nets are going to be the contenders in the championship. I don't know who they're going to play. I don't think it's going to be the Lakers, but it's early in the season, and plus you got the trade deadline. I just don't think this group of Lakers is championship worthy, but let them play. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to call it right now.
Yeah.
So that's the squad. That's early slate squad. This is Turbo. Go ahead and enter that. One last look for y'all. I like the squad. I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, I like it too.
It actually don't look nothing like the squads that I already have, which is good. Like the way that squad looks nothing close to what the squad that I've dropped. So it'll be interesting to see how the show squad do over my squads, because I got my own set of squads. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got my own set. So let's see. So this is the night. This is Christmas Christmas Day evening slate. We got the Lakers versus Mavericks and the Clippers versus the Nuggets slate. I'll go ahead and start us off. Give me Dennis Schroeder, because Dennis Schroeder is the only Laker that I even want to deal with.
I completely agree with you there.
The only Laker I even care to waste my money on.
Yeah, this is another one of those games, because I think Luka's too high. I don't think LeBron's going to pay off his break.
Let me say this before you get ready to continue. The Lakers, well, I don't say Lakers. LeBron and AD are bad for daily fantasy sports. Let's just put that out there, right? Since the NBA season has started and we're going to be doing shows on NBA games, let's just get it out there. LeBron James is the GOAT of this era, right? Give him all his accolades, all his roses right now, not taken away from LeBron as a person and as a player. But when it comes to fantasy sports and putting people on this white sheet of paper right here that y'all see on y'all screen, LeBron and Anthony Davis are not going to go on none of our lineups outside of, a situation that requires us to pick them because of the circumstances, shows us some weaker guys or the matchup. I'm saying, like, it has to be a circumstance that says, all right, LeBron or AD or both is good for today's slate, whatever that slate is. But in general, daily fantasy sports, if you are playing this and you're trying to win money and you like, fantasy sports like we do, whether you're playing FanDuel, Fantasy Draft or DraftKings or whatever, Yahoo Fantasy, whatever you're doing to play fantasy sports, whatever platform you're using, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are not good for fantasy sports. They're not going to put up the numbers for the price that the fantasy people set for them. LeBron James, for example, is $10,000. Anthony Davis, for example, is $10,000. And it's just the beginning of the season. Their price going to go up to $11,000 and $12,000 and $13,000 and shit as the season goes on, because LeBron and AD are going to be winning their games. And DFS feels like if the team wins, that's an excuse to raise the price on these players, making it hard for us to surround a lineup behind them. So all that long-winded stuff I just said, fade LeBron and Anthony Davis all year unless absolutely, necessary, that there's no other option and no other situation that makes any perfect sense other than you just being a fan of the Lakers. Don't pick a Laker to play fantasy sports. Now you go ahead.
But you was right though, man. I mean, it's hard to pick those two because they get the bare minimum. They don't. It's very rare you see them break the slate.
They do not stuff the stat sheet. Let's just be honest. They don't.
They don't. Yeah, that's agreed. But I see you put Schroeder up at point guard. Can we put Schroeder at shooting guard?
Yeah, we can put him there. I know you'll put somebody else there. Who you got?
I'm on Pat Beverly.
Pat Beverly?
Yes.
Not Lemon Pepper Lou?
Back 30 minutes. He going up against Denver. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they did. Okay, I got you. All right, we got Pat.
And they saying like Jamal Murray is gonna have some left sore tightness. I don't buy that. He gonna play, and Pat Bev gonna lock him up. It's gonna be a fire point guard.
I got a pick that you ain't seen in a while, and this your dude. This the dude you put me on years ago. Years ago. It was about maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5. I don't know. It was a while. Me and you was texting back and forth, and showing lineup screenshots and shit. And you was like, I'm picking Batum, Nicholas Batum, because he played for the Hornets, right?
Yeah.
And I was, what the fuck is that? He was like, you don't know who Batum is? And then you told me who he was, and I was like, all right, so I picked him because you said pick him and not be a motherfucker when he was playing for the Hornets. He was dogging. Right? Then he got injured with the season, but he now plays for the Clippers and he's starting. So I'm getting Batum because Batum is a consistent small forward who can score.
And he's only 4,500.
He'll be more as the season progresses because he's a starter. And he's going to put up numbers. His price going to go up. So let's get him while he's cheap. That's your dude. He's my pick, but that's your boy. That's who you put me up on. I had no fucking idea who this guy was. Like, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. I'd never heard of him. Who the fuck is Nicholas Batum? Who's this guy? He's a guy from France. You know what I'm saying? He's black, but he's French. And I just never heard of him. And then you put me up on him, and I ain't left him since. He's been one of my go-to guys for years.
Years. He always pays his price off, or he either pays his price off or he breaks the slate. That's what you want. All right. Okay. There isn't much going on at center. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I think center's probably going to be the spot I would like to pay up on. And I don't want Anthony Davis. I don't want him. I want the guy below him. I want Jokic.
You want Jokic? Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Nuggets did beat the Clippers last year. Just like the Clippers beat the Lakers in the season opener, I think the Nuggets should have beat the Clippers. I think that's what's going to happen. The Nuggets, this is their first time playing since the season started. The Clippers had a game already, but the Nuggets haven't played yet.
Actually, I think they did. They did play.
Okay. You know what? This guy here, he made us proud. He made us proud last year. For a rookie, he was dogging. He's not a rookie anymore, and he started because Jeremy Grant played for the Pistons now. No more Jeremy Grant or Mason Plumlee. Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant are both gone from Denver, which gives Porter their starting spot. I'm rolling with Porter. Plus, Porter done been in the weight room. He done gained about 10, 15 pounds of muscle. He got some body on him. I take Porter.
Gotcha.
Three spots to fill with 17,000. Shit, we doing fantastic.
I'm wondering, should we pay up for Paul George?
I think that game was a fluke, but it's up to you. I just think that game with Paul George was a fluke.
Yeah, he is inconsistent too, so I understand where you're coming from.
He's very inconsistent. He did great. So he 33.6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists, and a steal. That's great numbers against LeBron and AD, right? But LeBron and AD don't play defense, right? The Lakers don't play enough defense. So anybody pretty much can score, put stat sheets against the LUT. Can he do that against the Denver Nuggets who plays defense? I don't think Paul George is going to put up the numbers against Nuggets because they play defense.
That's true. See, let's see what Reggie. No, Reggie Jackson doesn't play much. Yeah, it's starting to run thin about who we can pick. What about Alex Caruso from the Los Angeles Lakers coming off the bench?
No, I don't like that pick. Probably better with Luke Kennard is starting.
Is he? I thought he wasn't.
Yes, that's why I don't know why you got Patrick, because Luke Kennard is the starter. Kennard and the Clippers agreed to a 4-year, $64 million extension. If you're gonna pay somebody $64 million, you're gonna start them. He's making more than Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly ain't got no $64 million contract. Luke Kennard is starting, Pat Bev coming off the bench, but Kennard is a shooting guard, though. He's not a point guard. So Patrick, I said that wrong. Beverly is starting.
You know what?
I said that. He's starting. Kennard is in the shooting guard spot as a starter. And then Batum is...
You know what?
Go ahead.
I actually like that pick. I actually like what you said about Luke Kennard, because I remember him being on the Pistons. I know there was times that he went off, but the Pistons never gave him his minutes.
Yeah, he's starting now.
Oh, shoot. Let's go ahead and get him at 4,000. Let's go. Get him while he's cheap.
Luke Kennard in there. That guard spot. Let's see. Man. I actually like Paul Millsap. No. Never mind. Give me Josh Richardson. Give me Josh Richardson. You're playing the Lakers. Give me Josh. All right, I left you with some money. You can pick who you want.
I wish
Porzingis. Like up here is a fade anyway. Paul George is a fade. Kawhi is a fade. Kawhi Leonard is another person who is not good for DFS. Kawhi Leonard is not a good fantasy sports player to pick from. He's good to watch on TV, and he's good for Skip and Shannon to talk about on Undisputed. But when it comes to this white sheet of paper, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis are all fades for the year, forever. Never pick them.
I guess. Yeah. What about Will Barton?
Let's see, Will Barton. He's a good pick. I just hope he's consistent, because he be almost Will Barton be on some other shit. In town. Let me see. We got 1,600. We got 1,600 left. Almost.
Pat Bev gone. What you think about that?
You want to get rid of Pat Beverly?
Might as well. I mean, we can pay up somewhere at point guard. Maybe a better point guard, hopefully. Hold up. Let me see. Actually,
He's only got Lou Williams.
If we take Dennis Schroeder, put him at point guard, take Will Barton, and put him at the 2, I believe. I believe he's 2 eligible. Yeah, he is. That I put at the util spot, that should open up some stuff.
Okay. Harwell. I mean, who is Dallas's center? I mean, who's the center for Dallas? Because Porzingis is out. Who's going to start? Let me read up on it, because I can't see who's going to stop Harwell.
Let's see.
So it doesn't say. I just want to know who the starting center is for Dallas.
Well, it's
Dwight
Powell, but Marc Gasol
he's not a starter.
Yeah,
Powell is not a starter. He only had 18 minutes.
What about Willie Cauley-Stein or Maxi Keeler?
He's up. I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Who?
Willie who?
Cauley-Stein. You put me on him a long time ago. You don't remember him?
Willie who?
No, you don't remember him.
I don't remember.
He used to play
but
this
I don't see him.
He's only 3,000. I wouldn't pick him up anyway.
Oh shit! That's why I don't see him. Because I'm not even down there in the $3,000 range. Like, got too much money. trying to spend $3,000. We got $6,700 with one spot to fill. Anybody that's $3,000 getting overlooked anyway.
That's true.
If you cost $3,000, you getting faded. But Harwell, I'm looking for a center for Dallas, right? And the reason I'm looking is to see who could possibly stop Montrez on that. Montrez is the start. Montrez starting center. Marc Gasol coming off the bench to relieve Harwell. Who in Dallas at the center gonna stop my who? If Porzingis is out and Powell coming off the bench, I'm guessing, I don't know what's going on with Marjanovic. I don't know, because I picked him Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday. I picked him, and it was a goose egg on my fucking squad, on one of my squads, because I had multiple. But one of my squads, I had Boban. I had Boban, and he gave me 0, no stats. So I don't know what that was about. I don't know who the fuck played center for Dallas, but it wasn't Porzingis. And Powell only gave you 18. Look, it says it right here. Powell played 18 minutes, posting 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So who the fuck was the center for the Mavericks? I don't know. Who the hell played center? Because I don't know.
I think it was Maxi Keyblade, but he's only 3,500.
Max Kepler?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, I mean, it's your pick. But I'm just saying, like, I was looking at Montrez, and I can't. He is just calling, like, please pick me, because who the fuck else? Who?
Yeah.
There's Tim Hardaway. You got Kyle Kuzma. You got Caldwell Pope and James Johnson, right? As far as like people who gonna play, who the fuck else you gonna?
Montrez.
I mean, I can't see us picking nobody. But this is the night squad for Friday, Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, y'all. This is y'all squad. I think I like this squad. I mean, let me see. Okay, let's take a shot at it. Jokic is gonna be. He'll be mid-tier owned. He won't be high or low. He'll just be common. You'll see him a lot. And other than that, I don't see anybody else on this squad that's high owned. If anything, this is a very low owned squad. Because before I submit it, I can guarantee you that not the first place person, but the people that you're battling against until this game is over with, you're going to see some Kawhi Leonard, you're going to see some LeBron, you're going to see some Anthony Davises. But I don't think that's going to be the first place squad. My bad. I just don't think so. So, with that said, I just feel like this whole squad is low owned. Maybe with the exception of Porter Jr. Maybe. I think Porter Jr. might be high owned, maybe because of the production he gave last year and the fact that he's starting and the fact that Jeremy Grant's gone and Mason Plumlee is gone. There's just Porter Jr. and Jokic and Paul Millsap. That's it. It's just them 3 big men. Paul Millsap, Porter Jr., and Jokic are the 3 big men in Denver. That's all.
And there's a lot of usage. Yeah, and there's a lot of usage that open up too. And I wasn't paying attention that they picked up Luke Kennard over at in the Clippers.
Yeah.
So I mean, you might as well. I mean, at 4,000, a starting guy who I know can drop a 50 at any given day. I mean, to me, you might as well just take advantage of him while he's cheap.
While he's cheap. So we'll go ahead and submit that. All right, so we got those 2 squads. Slate want to do 1 tier squad for 4 p.m. And the reason we're skipping them other slates is because it's just too many games going on. Like, we can take a look at them, just a look. But I don't want those games at 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to deal with them.
Gotcha. No, I don't blame you.
This is the tiers for, like, with the 11 o'clock, with the New Orleans and Miami thrown in there. I just don't want to deal with the Miami and New Orleans part. I want them to play their game, get it out the way. I don't want no parts of that game. because I don't know who to pick on the Pelicans, and I don't know who to pick on Miami, because they didn't switch everybody around. So now, of course, I can't run forever. At some point, I'm gonna get a Pelicans and a Heat situation. But right now, I can fade it, and that's what I'm gonna do. Jump in tears.
I looked at that game. The only player I'm really interested in is Jimmy Buckets.
You see what I'm saying? So, all right. So we got tiers for afternoon, and there's 3 games. I took the pick last time, so it's on you.
What you doing? We're doing NBA tiers.
Yeah, this is the games we picking from. These 3 games.
Gotcha. Afternoon, 3 games. Let's see here. I hate the first tier.
You hate the first tier? Why? That's easy.
I mean, you got Luka, but he's by himself. Is he going to do really good against in Atlanta? I mean, against the Lakers right now.
It's then again, that's why he's going to do good, because he's by himself.
And then again, he's also younger. Yeah, Luka.
But LeBron actually respects Luka too. LeBron actually loves Luka. He don't like, LeBron don't like too many people. But Luka Doncic, LeBron has a high level of respect for him. That's telling. You know what I'm saying? It's not. He's no scrub. He's no pushover. He's no.
He's not. He's fun to watch. I watched him, and I love watching him when he was in the bubble. And he was no joke. He didn't take no bull from anybody. I was just like,
he's one man.
Really like this guy. All right, your pick, man.
Luka. Let me see. I'm gonna jump into tier 4 here. Tier 4, it's either out of Porter Jr. or Schroeder, and I can't decide. I'm gonna let you decide. I'm gonna go to tier 5. Because look, I'm gonna go back to tier 4 and say why. All right, Will Barton for tiers for me is just not for me in tiers. I can't do Will Barton in tiers. I can do him in tournaments. But okay, so we got Will Barton, Harold, Marcus Smart, Jared Allen, Kyle Kuzma, who I say fade in the tiers slate, where it's just you picking one person, because we got to pick one person from all these guys. And I think the one person or 2 people who have the most potential to score is Porter and Schroeder. That's it. Anybody else on this list to me is a fade. But I can't decide. I don't know if I want Schroeder or Porter, so I'm gonna let you pick.
I just don't want Montrez?
Not for that particular one, no, because I think Schroeder's just gonna have Schroeder's gonna have better stats than Montrez as a guard. He's assist, he's gonna pass the ball and set Montrez up maybe for a dunk, because him and Montrez are a duo. He's a duo with Montrez. He's not a duo with Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? So he'll pass the ball to Davis, and yes, he'll pass the ball to LeBron. But him and Harwell are the duo because Harwell's coming off the bench. Anthony Davis, no. Harwell's starting, Anthony Davis power forward, right? So with that, that's what I was trying to say. He has a tandem with Montrez, feeding him the ball a lot, setting him up for some good shots. But Schroeder is going to get the assist. Schroeder is going to be on the court longer than Montrez because he's a point guard. Because he's a point guard, he's the point guard that the Lakers wanted as far as like somebody running the court instead of LeBron. Schroeder going to be calling all the shots. He's going to be setting up the plays. So all of that stats is going to fall on him. That production and all that shit's going to fall on Schroeder.
I think you just talked yourself into it simply because Schroeder's going to have the ball. It's
you asked me about Montrez.
Yeah.
You asked me why I was fading him. My other pick is Porter Jr. though. He can also give us some great numbers against this Clippers game. Like Porter Jr. is going to give us 40 minutes. And he's very capable of stuff in the stat sheet, which is why I'm torn between him and Schroeder. I don't know. I don't know which one of them to pick in this tier. Now, if like the tournament slate, we got both of them. We got Schroeder and Porter Jr., but we got to pick one, and that's hard for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? We got to pick one, man, and I just can't. I'm going to let you have that tier 4 spot. In this one, though, in particular, I don't have a problem picking Serge Ibaka. I don't have a problem doing that because he's starting, and really, he's good. He's good. He can check Jokic. You know, he gonna stop Jokic? No, but he can actually check him. He's capable. So, of this list, I say Serge Ibaka is the best pick. That's what I'm going.
All right, I got you. Actually, I'm gonna go back to that tier 4, and after thinking about it for a little bit and checking out some stuff, I'm going with this.
Schroeder? All right. See, that's what I said. I don't know who to pick out of Schroeder and Porter. It was a torn decision. All right. So for this one, this is tier 6. It's three for me. So let's narrow them down. The other ones I'm not picking. Not picking Mary. Not picking Gary Harris. Definitely not picking Dwight Powell. And Patrick Beverly can go somewhere and sit down for me. For me. Joe Harris, though, because of the new roster situation in Brooklyn, I don't know how they're going to allot his minutes. Because before Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving came back to the team, Joe Harris was getting a lot of minutes. Now that the superstars are back playing and active, Joe's coming off the bench, and I just don't know what he's going to do yet. So maybe if Joe Harris give me 5 or 6 more games, and I can look at his game log and see his pattern, maybe I'll start picking him, maybe not. But I'm narrowing it down between Leonard Pepper-Lou and Tristan Thompson. And I think I'm gonna go with Lou.
Little Pepper-Lou. Hold on. I'm trying to check something real quick. I'm wondering, did I pick up Joe Harris when I played last night? No, the other day. Let me check and see. Did I pick him up last time? You might have Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I only dropped 23.75 last time. Yeah, Lou was probably the better player over there. I see what you're saying. Sheesh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this out the way. This is going to be easy. Tier 3, Caris LeVert.
Wait a minute. You don't like Kyrie Irving either, huh?
I mean, Kyrie Irving, but he has to share the ball with Durant, and LeVert's coming off a bench. Who does he have to share the ball with?
Nobody.
He is the second unit.
You're right. I didn't look at it from that perspective. Well,
and I mean, I watched it.
Go ahead.
I watched that game, and it was just like he was the second unit, and Golden State couldn't stop him.
Look, nobody can stop LeVert, bro. LeVert, do you understand that LeVert almost took these motherfuckers to the championship by himself last year? Look, you remember that?
That was.
Caris LeVert single-handedly held on, like he almost beat Toronto. Like that's take it back.
Hey, hold on, Boston.
They got one game in. No, they played. The Brooklyn got put out by Toronto. The Raptors put Brooklyn last year. But and I thought it was gonna be a sweep. It wasn't. Caris LeVert played his fucking heart out, man. They got that one game in. They didn't win nothing, but it's LeVert by himself. Everybody was injured. We was watching guys we had never heard of play for Brooklyn. Like Jared Allen was out, Joe Harris was out, Dinwiddie was out, because they all was stayed home for the COVID. You know, they were injured. They opted out of the bubble for the COVID. So LeVert is just on the team, running the team.
And he went to work. He didn't care.
He was in the playoffs acting a fool. Like, I don't see how this guy come off the bench in the first place. He should be starting. But,
Yeah, probably because they're not going to exist with LeVert, Durant, and Irvin. I think it's best for him to come off the bench anyway because he comes off the bench and they still got that production still going.
You know what? That makes sense because what you just said earlier is that who you got to share the ball with coming off the bench.
Yeah. Nobody.
Because more than likely, if he's coming off the bench, he'll come in the game. KD and Kyrie will be there briefly after the next foul or out of bounds. They're gonna sub out and and relieve Kevin Durant and Kyrie, which now you got LeVert running the second unit and he ain't got you right. So, but here, of course, Quaz and Fade, but I can say it's out of these three. I want Kevin Durant. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to do the best between Jason Tatum and Jokic.
That's true.
So I don't, because we already have LeVert, I'm going to go ahead and get Tatum. I want Kevin Durant, though. I want him. But for the sake of the show and for the sake of just having a lineup that looks like it's got some sense, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to because it's Brooklyn, we gonna stack it with Brooklyn. Like, nah, and mind you, when we did the show about the Browns and we stacked all them Browns like that, I didn't like that lineup at all. But it was a slate. It was a turbo slate, and we had no really better options. So one thing I hate to do is to stack a lineup with too many players off the same team. That's just not smart. It's not playing smart. Even if them players are good, if you got 4 guys off of one team, that's damn near the starting lineup of that one team. You know what I'm saying? It's other games going on, other players, other situations, other matchups. You know, it's so many different factors that come into play that will allow your player to get his stats. For you to rely on 4 guys off one team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not smart. So maybe KD will ball out. I ain't gonna say maybe. He is gonna fucking ball out. But I think just for the sake of the show and for the sake of having a lineup that makes sense, I'm picking Tatum.
I agree.
So we will go ahead into that. That concludes the NBA portion of the show. Let's see how much time we got here. How long we been on? Is it showing you how long we been on?
56 minutes.
Well, we got to make this the last one because as it gets up in time, the file gets bigger. So this will be the last slate, the last lineup to complete the show. This is Football Saturday, day after Christmas. Like I said, we got a special show for y'all. Merry Christmas to y'all. We covering NBA and football at once. I'm gonna go ahead and bet $1 because if y'all can see, I don't have any arrows to the right. I have not put a squad in, so this is gonna be my first and only entry for Saturday's games. Maybe I'll put some more in between now and Saturday. I'm sure I will. But for right now, we got 3 football games going on Saturday. Lions versus Tampa Bay, Cardinals versus 49ers, and the Dolphins versus the Raiders. Now, let's see. You went first last time. I'm going to go next.
Okay, so are you saying we're doing all 3 games? Are we doing all 3 games or just 2?
This one slate. All 3 of these games is in this one slate.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
It doesn't break it up like normal because Saturday is not supposed to be happening anyway. These are COVID games. All these games are COVID-19 because a lot of these games were postponed and rescheduled. That's why we're getting them on Saturday. So I was looking at Tua. He's been consistent since they started him, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. He's been very consistent. He's rushing the hell out these touchdowns. He's got a lot of rushing touchdowns. And he had a great matchup against the Raiders. So I'm going to go ahead and let Tua be our quarterback. And there's a receiver that is extremely dirt cheap. And not Devontae Parker, but Bowden Jr. Lynn Bowden has been Tua's go-to guy. And he is I don't know why he's so cheap, but he's the second number 2 receiver next to Devontae Parker. And if I'm not mistaken, Devontae is out. Let me see what's going on with Devontae. It's a questionable Saturday night's game against the Raiders. Let's see. Question. Yeah. If Parker and Grant aren't active this weekend, then Bowden and McCollum from Frank. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Bowden. That's been his go-to guy.
Gotcha. Let me already get one of the running backs out the way then. Leonard Fournette against the Lions.
All right. Fournette against the Lions. Let's see what Josh is talking about.
Ronald
I don't
Jones
trust anybody going to get. Who's out? Ronald Jones? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you got Fournette.
Yep.
And Fournette is going to run over. You know what? I'm glad I saw him. I thought he was still out. But since he's still playing, I don't want to pick Josh. I don't want to go against the Dolphins defense anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picking Myles Gaskin. I'm glad. I didn't think he was going to be there. I just looked at his name because he's been out last couple games.
Sure.
COVID reason, not injury, just COVID reason. So now that he's back, I'm picking Myles Gaskin at running back, and because I just don't want to go against Miami Dolphins defense. I don't think the Raiders are going to win this game. I think the Dolphins are going to win.
Yeah.
I don't think the Raiders got a fighting chance, snowball chance to beat these guys.
Well, we're paying up at receiver. I want DeAndre Hopkins.
Hell yeah. You didn't pick him. I was going to pick him. And I'll take, let's see, it's not Brandon Ayuk. Let me look at Deebo Samuel. Nope, can't get Deebo, so give me Brandon. Because Brandon's going to act a goddamn nut.
He has, and just out of nowhere.
He acts a fool with Deebo Samuel in the game. And Deebo Samuel is out. But Brandon Ayuk, look at Brandon. Look at his numbers. Look at his fucking game log, man. This dude is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah. See these other games for zeros where he got the eggs. These are COVID-19 shit. This is why I say this is why the game is on Saturday, because these zeros he got, it's not that he didn't do anything, he didn't play. The team didn't play that day, so they put zeros across the board. But when he's playing, if you look, when he did play, he's consistent. When he played, and he's going to play. So give me Brandon.
I do want one of those receivers, but which one should I go after?
So we got time left.
Yeah, but go ahead and get the defense out the way, because I'm looking at these Tampa Bay receivers. I wonder which one is a good one to go to.
Okay. Bam. Defense out the way.
Just pick Miami and call it a day.
Without question or hesitation. These boys acted a plum donkey, bro. A donkey! These are good defensive numbers, by the way. FPTS people, these are good numbers for a defense. You know, the Dolphins are contenders on defense.
Yeah, they are. Let's see here. Dang, I can't really go wrong. Well, Brown's 5,300, but he only had that one good game. Go with Mike Evans. Right, I don't think unless because that leaves you all the options for tight end.
Ooh, outside boy. I like this pick. I like this pick.
Who you pick? Gronk.
Without picking him, who am I finna pick? Without me telling you, who am I finna pick at tight end?
Really, nobody. Yeah. He's gonna be very popular.
You know damn well Tampa Bay can't stop no tight ends. Tampa Bay can't stop nobody. They can't stop shit. And the Lions surprisingly don't fuck this year. Like, wow, the Lions? Shit, give me T.J. Hawkins. I ain't saying the Lions gonna win. Yeah, the Bucks gonna beat the Lions, but it ain't gonna be no blowout, nigga. They finna score. The Lions finna score at least 3 touchdowns in this game. Win or lose, the Lions are gonna score 3 touchdowns. Now that's probably all they gonna
and that's true. Ever since they got rid of that coach, they have been like a different football team. And it's shocking. I mean, they running the ball. They're competitive in their games, but they still get blown out. I think they got. I forgot their last game. I think they got blown out the last game, but they've been looking pretty decent.
Show episode 21 of the recap, y'all. We have a Saturday football game for y'all as icing on the cake for the NBA. This is definitely an NBA. This particular episode is NBA, but we got to throw this football in because it's there, and football season is still here. And when baseball season starts, we're gonna be doing basketball and baseball. We're gonna have basketball shows and baseball shows. So expect it in the future. This is the challenge how we do it. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and share. Let me go ahead and submit this before I forget, because I be doing that. I be forgetting to enter the damn lineup sometimes. That concludes the show. Thank y'all for listening. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the recap. I'm your host, Open Mind, along with your host, Tannic.
All right, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Get money. Get paid. Deuce.